Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad that you're all here. For today's video, we're going to be looking at a bit of a, I think it's blue pill, red pill situation. Think Matrix, think if you didn't make that decision, what would have happened, basically. I feel like I've been thinking about that a lot recently, like just that. I wonder where I'd be now if I didn't do this or something like that. So I've left it pretty open to any decision that you guys want to inquire about, whether it be a relationship, moving house, a career, or something like spiritually awakening. If I had never spiritually awoken, where would I be now? And yeah, let's get into it. Let's see what options I have for you today. I feel like I haven't filmed in a long time, so I'm excited for this. Right, so here are the options that I have for you today. This jumper is definitely not as flattering as I thought it was gonna be, but I want it to be warm. Sorry, excuse this. And I've got little nails on. Me being not talking about the cards, I am so sorry. So I might be like very handsy today, even though I'm usually quite handsy. Not in that way. Anyway, starting off over here with option number one, we have Smokey Quartz. Next up for option number two, we have Aragonite. And for option number three, we have Geode. So I will give you a moment now to take a deep breath in and out, and ask yourself which of these crystals have a message for you. And I will see you at your reading. Hi there, Smokey Quartz. Welcome to your reading. I'll show you your crystal real quick. I don't know why, but I always feel like I need to. So I pulled some tarot cards for you. It looks very intense, I feel like. And they're slightly skewed to the... What side is it for you? Left, I guess, if it's opposite, right? Who knows? They're slightly skewed to one side, but they're so nicely lined up now, I can't be asked to push it to the center. So we'll just have to deal with that. Anyway, so the top row of tarot cards is going... Okay, I'm going to be stumbling over my words a little bit because I haven't filmed in such a long time. It's only probably been a week, but it feels like a long time. Right, here we go. The top row of tarot cards is going to be the decision that you made originally. I just wanted to kind of get a clue of what this decision was, what it's related to maybe, just so maybe I can understand where you would have been if you didn't make the decision a bit more, and also help you clarify if this pile is for you. If this reading you chose is for you. It also might not resonate 100%, but maybe if there's little bits and pieces in there, then it probably is for you. Also, because, like, you know, this is a general reading and I'm sure everyone came with their own little decision, which is very specific to them. Right, next is the second row. The second row is going to look at the feelings that you felt whilst making this decision originally. So yeah, I mean, you could be very happy with your decision and you're just kind of inquiring about what would have happened if I didn't make this decision. Because, yeah, let's start on the top row. Oh gosh, if I knew these nails were going to be a problem. Right, so we've got the Seven of Swords reversed, the Knight of Swords reversed, Justice, Page of Pentacles, and Page of Wands. I feel like when you made this decision, maybe you felt like you didn't have all the information you needed because there's like page energy here. With Justice being upright, I feel like you felt like this decision was at least the right thing to do. It was a fair decision to make. It was balanced in some way. I don't know how in focus that is. I apologize. With the sword energy here being in reverse, there could have been some, like I'm saying, like a bit of a lack of communication, either communication or, sorry, not either, a lack of communication or a lack of knowledge on one or the other person's part. Like maybe you felt like you didn't know enough to make this decision, but you had to make it anyway, and you made it in the best way that you could. Or the other people who the decision impacted were like unaware or like taken by surprise by your decision, by your choice. This page energy is almost giving me a little bit of ace energy, not exactly, but in terms of like this decision kind of offered, it was like an opportunity for a new beginning in some way. This page of wands, a new idea, kind of like that creative spark that you want to start implementing a plan. And then the page of pentacles is kind of like something a bit more grounded that you want to start building. So this could have been about maybe going to be an entrepreneur, something career-wise, something like moving away from something that was originally maybe stable, or basically in a way this decision entailed you going into something where you would have to begin again, you'd have to start again. Maybe you didn't know much knowledge, you didn't have much knowledge about where you would be going, but you felt like it was the right thing to do. Well, we'll look at feelings now anyway. Let's see how it relates. So we have the moon here. We have the Empress, strong energy. Oh my god. We have the Wheel card. So now you just have, you have 3 major arcana. You have the 5 of Swords reversed. And you have the Knight of Cups. Okay, straight away, Knight of Cups with the moon energy here definitely took a lot of emotion, was involved when you were making this decision. And the Empress here as well. Even the 5 of Swords for me feels like kind of like a bit of anxiety. Like I said, how maybe the other people in the situation weren't aware of the decision. It maybe took them by surprise, or because of the 7 of Swords, it's a bit like you did it for your own benefit. The 7 of Swords energy, like to other people it might have felt unfair, but for you it was for your own benefit. A bit sneaky. And I'm not saying that was a bad decision necessarily, but you could have, this is probably how you felt, or this is how you went about making that decision. You didn't really reveal it to the person, or you didn't reveal it to a lot of people. You just kind of went about and did it. Like you didn't really communicate your decision to others, but you still felt like it was fair, or was a balanced decision. Or you were trying to be, at least. You were trying to be fair and balanced about your decision. And I think how you felt about it was like, it's just a lose-lose situation here. Like, I'm going to have to do this for me in a way. Like, no one's really going to win in this scenario. With the Wheel card here, I get the feeling of like, again, a new opportunity. Like, I have to make this decision to move things in a new direction for me. To change things about. And also the dice around her neck, it's a bit like I'm just rolling the dice with this decision. Like, I don't know what's going to happen here. I'm rolling the dice with this. But yeah, Empress and the moon energy here, there was a lot of emotion when you made this decision, a lot of emotion surrounding the situation that happened. I need to clarify this Knight of Cups. Just clarify the Knight of Cups, how they felt. How Smokey Quartz felt about making this decision. Making this original decision. Knight of Cups here. The Devil came out, and also the 10 of Wands tried to come out in reverse. So again, there was a lot of I'm hearing the word like heartfelt. So you tried to make the decision from your heart, I feel like. With the Devil here as well, I feel as if, let me just, yeah, I feel like you almost felt chained to something, and it was like this decision was a reason for you to break away from that, or break away from the situation, or whatever it may be. Some of the situations I'm feeling are relationships, a home scenario, could even be a marriage or something like that as well, with justice here. There was a lot of love here. I'm hearing like there's still a lot of love here. And with this Empress card, this is the first time I've ever noticed it, but she's got like all these little leaves growing out of her hair. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see it, but she's got leaves around her wrist and then growing out of her hair. And I just heard it was an opportunity for you to grow. Like you felt like this was a time, by making this decision, you would be able to grow. Right, so we've figured out the situation, I feel like. You guys can decide how that's resonating with you so far, but let's move on to see what would have happened if you didn't make this decision. I'm going to go ahead and pull some more tarot in a bit, but let's start off with the oracles and then we'll pull some tarot. So we have focus. I don't know why that number 4 is standing out to me. So 4 could be like, what's the 4th month? April. Could be important in terms of the decision making. The 4th, or just the number 4, could be significant to you in some way. We have time here. Also winter could be important because I'm drawn to the colours of that card. It would be nice if I put the cards in focus, wouldn't it? We have true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. Wow. I'm not even saying wow to this card. I'm saying wow to the wedding card because I mentioned it could have been about marriage. This situation involves marriage, I believe this card says, yeah. Oh, let me do it like this. I'm trying to see how well you can see it. And then we also have koi fish spirit. There is always enough. Right, so let's get some tarot cards. I feel like we're gonna go right away again. You guys, so what would have happened for those choosing Smokey Quartz if they hadn't made this decision? What would have happened? Didn't make the decision they made. What would have happened? If you guys could like really think about, hone in on your decision that you made, that would really help me right now. They hadn't made this decision. What would have happened? You're getting very similar cards coming through. I think that should be in reverse, maybe. I'm not even sure. What would have happened? Oh gosh. So yeah, for a lot of you guys, well, not even a lot of you guys, sorry, for some of you guys I should say, this decision definitely involved like a connection with someone, or at least other people. I feel like with this time card, I'm literally hearing like more time, especially if there was like a third party in this decision, like it was deciding between 2 people. That would have never happened. A third party situation would have never have happened if that is something that happened. I don't know, I feel weird because I'm like, there's a lot of different things. I mean, a lot of people talking about different decisions. Can't talk. Anyway, can't talk, talking about that. Definitely a lot more communication would have happened in this situation because you've got the Knight of Swords now upright and you've got the Ace of Swords here. You would have had an opportunity to communicate. I don't know if you felt like you had to make this decision in a rush or you made it in kind of like a whim, but communication definitely would have started flowing a lot more. Again, a lot of emotion here, a lot of love. The Empress and the Queen of Cups here. I'm not sure about the Empress dress, if it's actually this, but I'm getting like pomegranates. which I know is represented, I think, on the Empress card on her dress. And they speak about how the pomegranates equals pomegranates symbolizes the fertility of the Empress. So I feel like whatever situation you're talking about, if you hadn't have made that decision, it would have been quite fertile. I hope that makes sense. Like, a lot of growth could have happened within the situation, even though you feel like it wouldn't have happened, maybe. And maybe it did happen. Now, you didn't make the decision. Oh my god, I feel like I'm confusing things. But even though you might have grown anyway, I feel like you actually could have grown within the situation that you were in as well. Maybe in a different way, but it does feel quite positive with the Empress here. The Empress, I'm just getting this overwhelming like sense of positive energy from that. So you would have grown also in a positive way. And I feel like that is just something that happens anyway. Like, no matter what choice you make, it's always going to be the right one. Things are always going to work out as they should. So don't stress about that. So with the wedding card, I'm getting the word commitment here. So some kind of commitment could have occurred here if like further, a stronger level of commitment could have occurred here in the situation if you hadn't made that decision, basically. And I feel like the decision was to leave something, was to escape from something. So you would have experienced a kind of love, whether this is a career, whether it's a relationship. You would have felt this kind of, especially with the Empress here, you would have felt this love. You would have experienced a true love, like a true connection to something. You know how it doesn't have to be a relationship, because you know how when you connect to your passions, you just feel this overwhelming sense of love for that thing, whatever it may be. I'm also getting a child here as well, so I don't know how that's relating to any of you guys, but... And these numbers here, 3 to 4, it's like you would have taken a step forwards. So yeah, we have air energy again on this time card. I swear this is the symbol of air. And I'm getting that message of flightiness. That symbol there. An opportunity to talk about and express your feelings. An opportunity to open up. And again, if this is relating to a career decision, then there could have been an opportunity to release emotions through your work, to connect emotionally to your work. I feel like you also would have gone through a period of reflection in terms of like reflecting on maybe past friendships or communities that you've been a part of. There would have been an opportunity for balance, because like you said with the Justice card, when you made the decision, it was kind of about creating more balance in your life. Things would have stabilized here with the 6 of Pentacles. I didn't really know whether to put it upright or reverse, so maybe I'll just take a clarifier for that before I start saying that. How about the 6 of Pentacles, please? Was my console. What is that card? Is that the Wheel of Fortune? Yeah, Wheel of Fortune almost tried to come out. Okay, hold on. No need all those cards, just one clarifier for the 6 of Pentacles, please. Okay. So we've got the 5 of Cups. Okay, I'm actually getting a message here about, because the 5 of Cups, I literally heard the words sadness, grief, loss. And then as I looked at the 6 of Pentacles, you see it's about someone helping you out, someone helping those in need, giving what they have. And also this scale here, again, I'm drawn to is the balance here. So if you were going through a difficult time and that's why you kind of made the decision in a bit of a hurry, a bit of a rush, you didn't really communicate it to whoever else was in the equation as well. I feel like this situation or this individual even could have helped you through these difficult times that you were experiencing. They could have helped you see these 2 cups that were sitting here despite the sadness you were feeling, I feel like. Yeah, focus. Again, that idea of recommitment, of committing to something, like doubling down on something, making something work. Again, example of stresses at work, you decided to leave that place. It was like, this would have been an opportunity for you to like really commit to something, really focus in on something. And again, I'm saying this and I really don't want you to feel like you made a bad decision, because I'm sure you've learned whatever you needed to learn. I'm sure you learned whatever you needed to learn by making this decision. So this koi fish is just throwing me off. There is always enough. Actually, just got it. Okay, there is always enough koi fish. Which actually, there's usually two koi fish. I swear koi fish, like, I don't know if I'm completely right about this, but I swear they're always meant to be together. Or am I just getting that from the avatar? Well, if we talk about that, meant to be in partnership together. And I feel like this may have been a situation where you went off alone. You went and separated from a group or a partnership or whatever it may have been, to find kind of like your own destiny, your own pond. But I'm just getting that thing that like koi fish are meant to be together. I'm also seeing the symbolism of Pisces, so like where you have the 2 fish that circle each other, kind of help each other out. Again with the 6 of Pentacles energy here. And there is always enough. So when the situation I feel like that you made, maybe you felt like something was missing, or you couldn't have your ultimate happiness in that situation. And I feel like this koi fish message is almost about I'm just getting this phrase of like, joy is wherever you look for it. If you're always looking elsewhere, then it will always be elsewhere. But if you're looking in the current scenario, then it will be here. And the same goes for peace as well, I'm hearing. This card is just giving me the feeling of you have looking elsewhere to find that satisfaction, when actually it had been in your little pond all along. Funny enough, just open the book right on the right page. Okay, this is perfect. I feel like it's explaining it better than I would have. So, the koi fish who grows big within a small pond reminds us that within each of us is the potential for prosperity. The law of abundance ensures that prosperity is our natural state. So regardless of temporary outer conditions, you can call in prosperity and magnetically attract the opportunities and abundance you need. The message of koi fish spirit is to begin to generate wealth within, with deliberate intention, no matter how small your pond may seem, and appreciate abundance wherever you see it. Outer conditions will come to reflect your inner prosperity, so begin to become the self who is comfortable with wealth in all forms. Even if at the moment it feels as if riches are not yours, they soon will be. In your little pond there is much you can create, much you can attract. Do not underestimate what you have and who you are. For koi fish spirit wants you to know that you are exquisite, loved and deeply cherished. Trust that outer conditions are changing to reflect that truth. Yeah, so kind of looking elsewhere, thinking that there's not enough where I am right now. There should be more than this. And it was like, no, actually, if you had stayed there, if you hadn't have made that decision, then things would have worked out just the way they were meant to, or all the things that you wanted would have found you anyway. So I feel like that's kind of a good message. I don't know, I feel like I need to get some advice. So I'm going to go get my message from the universe cards and get back to you. I've got my Knights from the Universe deck. I'm just going to get kind of like reassurance for you guys on your path, because like I said, I don't want you guys to think like I made the wrong decision, because that's not what this reading is for. It's just meant to be fun. It's just meant to be like a bit inquisitive. Oh gosh, got itchy nose, itchy nose. Usually means spirit is around, so Hey girl. Get on, get on. Right. Was not meant to get this many, but here we are. First of all, we have You Are Being Watched by Loving Eyes, which makes sense because my nose started itching me so badly. So they were definitely here, and my head is now itching me. And my hairs are sticking on end. So Spirit is definitely around for you guys for this message. So yeah, You Are Being Watched by Loving Eyes. What if you're actually an ancient gladiator of love and joy who agreed to visit Earth during these primitive years to spark some new thinking, share a few smiles and help others discover they are awesome too? Just saying, the universe. P.S. Up for a joust, of course, with rubber thingies. So yeah, it's basically just thinking like, you know, don't take things too seriously. You're here to have an experience, to experience Earth and experience what it has to offer, and there's nothing that you can do wrong. We have things are not as they appear. The lower the price of your love, the higher its value. Brain freeze, the universe. So again, I feel like that's just a message of like, when you stop looking so far out of yourself for things, whether that is money, love, even guidance, I'm hearing. So yeah, when you stop looking out of your side of yourself, like you find it more often. It's around you all the time. I don't know why I'm suddenly shivering. Okay. Oh gosh. And then we also have most people are just trying to survive. Just remember, most people are so bewildered by your charm, awed by your confidence, and inspired by your choices, they simply forget to say thank you, please, and I love you like crazy, as often as they feel the urge. Let's not be one of those people. Thank you, please, I love you like crazy, the universe. So I feel like, again, that is just another message. Like, if you made this decision out of I don't want to say hatred, but like just maybe a bit of animosity towards someone else, or a career that you were in, a bit of frustration, maybe feeling again unbalanced, which is perfectly valid. It's just kind of a reminder, like, you know, do you know what, most people aren't living, most people are just trying to survive, most people are just trying to get through the day, and sometimes it means that they aren't the nicest all the time. And so long as you're not being one of those people, so long as like you don't snoop down, what's the word? Snoop down? No, what? How? You know when you say words and then you realize you don't actually know how to say the word. Swoop down? You know, as long as you don't go down to their level, you'll be fine. Again, open your heart, fill it with love, and pour it into others. Oh, that was a nice little phrase. So yeah guys, that is everything that I have for you. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below how it resonated with you. If you're new here and want to see more from me, I post mostly spiritual and lifestyle content, and you can subscribe down below. I am extremely cold right now and I'm shivering. You can get a private tarot reading from me following the link in the description box, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye. Okay, song that has not I have not thought of this song in a long ass time, so I'm gonna pretend that it relates to this reading. I will link it down below, but it's Naughty Boy LALALA. I think it's LALALA. It was specifically the part was like, I'm covering my head like a kid. Is it covering my ears like a kid? I don't know. When your words mean nothing, I go la la la. I don't know how it's gonna relate to this reading, but I did hear that, so I'm gonna link it down below. Oh, sorry, I've just got chills. Like, wait, so I'm in a weird mood now. I'm so sorry, guys. Right, hi, welcome, Aragonite. I was gonna call you Amethyst, so that could be another clue. Maybe you need some amethyst in your life, but Those who chose Aragonite, welcome to your reading. I have pre-pulled some tarot cards for you. I'm actually meant to have flipped them that way, but they just kept coming facing me, so I just left them that way. So first row is going to be the decision that you made, and hopefully we can get an idea about the decision that you're inquiring about. I know there's going to be a lot of people, lots of different decisions, so I'll do my best. And then second row is going to be the feelings that you kind of felt during the decision making or whilst you were making the decision. I'll just notice you actually had the Two of Swords twice, both in your feelings and also the decision that you made. Right, anyway, I feel like you kind of, it took you a long time to come to this decision, I feel like, in a way, because of the Two of Swords here. It was about you kind of trusting how you were feeling. And also it was, you wanted a new beginning for yourself with this Ace energy here, the Ace of Cups in particular. And it felt like it needed to be at the center of your reading as well. So this Ace of Cups energy, it was like, I know I keep saying feel, but I know we're going to talk about feelings afterwards, but this is just how I feel about the cards I see. So the decision was about you wanting a new emotional beginning for yourself. You wanted a redo. You wanted a re-go. Take two. Again, Knight of Pentacles in reverse, so maybe it took you a while to get to this point. Even like it was a long build up until this point where you finally made that decision. Because even with the Two of Swords here, it's a bit like, I'm not making the decision. I'm not doing it. I refuse. And you also do have the Death card here. And it's like, I'm hearing the phrase like, death doesn't wait for anyone. Death doesn't wait for you to be ready. It just comes, right? So I feel again that the decision that happened, it was almost out of your control. The situation was almost out of your control. Like you didn't say, right, I'm going to do this. It was kind of like a slow progression, and then it just all at once kind of happened to you. It was a complete rehaul. No, I don't know what word I'm kind of thinking of. It was like a complete 360, almost like just flipping everything on its head with this Death card. Because death is also about, and I can't think of the word, even though it was there. Oh, transformation. But I'm thinking of the word regeneration. So yeah, again, a renewal, wanting to regenerate, renew that energy that was there with death. And I'm also drawn to this kind of priest-looking person here who's like almost begging this skeleton man to stop moving. Like, please, I'm not ready for death. And it's like, no, death doesn't wait for anyone. And neither did this situation, neither did this decision that happened. It didn't wait for you to be ready. Didn't wait for you to say like, okay, right, I'm gonna do this now. I mean, with the King of Wands here, I do see like you had some control over this. It wasn't completely out of your control. Because the King of Wands is a strong leader. He knows how to make decisions. He knows how to make, I'm hearing effective decisions, but also decisions that align with his passions and his heart. Decision that is best for not just himself, but also his community as well. I feel like you had a lot of allies with you during this decision making time, and that could just be like spiritual allies, because I'm very drawn to all these black kind of animal figures, which is kind of making me feel like a spirit animal on his throne here behind him. And it's like, yeah, okay, he's in control here. He's the one who has his own free will, but also he's kind of taking on these different energies of kind of these different mystical energies to help him get through this decision, this situation, help guide his decision. And it's also funny how a lot of these animals, I hope you can see this on his throne, are kind of like wrapped around in a circle. Like their tail was connected to their head almost. I think they're chameleons. But again, that idea of a 360, I don't know what that means. We also have the wild card here as well, and your feelings. But like a 360, maybe it was about you seeing things from a different perspective as well. Not in focus, no. The cards are in focus, so it's fine. So yeah, how you felt about the decision. So you do have the Magician here, and when I saw this card, I heard the word alchemy. So again, about changing energy, about switching things up, but also being in control of that switch. Ooh. This situation was about a death and a transformation. And you made sure that you, and you made sure that you were kind of in control of that. That it was of your own free will. Wow, so it might have taken you a long time to get to the decision, but you were like, I feel like you were at a point where you were like, I'll never be 100% ready for this, but I'm just gonna have to do it. I'm gonna have to take the lead here, you know? You've got 4s here, 2 4s. 4 of Swords is about that healing energy, rest and rejuvenation. And then also the 4 of Cups is like a frustration. I'm feeling a frustration with emotions. Frustration with how situations are going. Like, I've just noticed this, but like on this 4 of Cups card, you can see our hand is like slightly touching this bowl. It's like this feeling of like, oh yeah, here, give it here, I'm ready. Like, I don't really want to do this, but just give it to me. Just give it to me, okay? Give me that bowl with multicolored stuff flying out of it, whatever. So it's kind of like that feeling of like, I don't really want to do this. I don't really want to have this new beginning or grow, but just give it to me. I'm ready for transformation. Like, just, I'm tired of this now. It's kind of like a frustration feeling of like, I'm just over this. Let me just get in control of this, okay? I'm tired of this now. Again, with the 4 of Swords, like, you're just over it. You're tired of this. It's like, I need to just go into my healing period. You might have felt really tired around this time as well. Again, 2 of Swords reversed, like unsure that you're making the right decision, unsure of kind of where this is leading you. What is happening here? I'm not 100% sure what is going on. This could even be like angels or spirits like trying to communicate with you, and you're like, what the frig is going on here? What is this? Who are you? Who can I hear in my ear? Why am I hearing things? Like, just very much so. Why am I feeling this? Why am I hearing this? Why is this happening? Like, a bit unsure of what's going on, but just kind of going with it anyway. Out of almost boredom, out of being fed up about it. And then also the World card here. And the World card is about an ending, a cycle. Even you see this, yeah, it just ends right there. Like a snake almost, looks like. Sorry, I'm not showing you, but this thing around her, I don't know if you'll be able to see the head, but there's like almost a head and a tail that just ends. It doesn't really end because it goes into one another. So again, you might have been experiencing a cycle in your life, and you're like, you were just fed up of this cycle happening to you. Like, you just wanted it to stop. You wanted everything to stop. So you were like, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to accept death, which I don't think you really accepted it as such. You weren't like, right, let's do this. But again, that message of, I think I've said this in another reading, like putting your boots up, putting your bootstraps up. Oh, I can never remember the phrase. Something like that. Like, you were just like, let's do this. Let's get to it. We're here anyway. Death is here. Let me just die. Let me just transform this energy. Let me just transmute this. Like, damn. Let me just sleep in this thorny bush thing. Yeah, I'm on cold, but whatever. Let me just heal this. That's what I just feel. Like, you were just fed up with the cycles that were happening in your life. Even like, I'm very drawn to these shapes on the World card and the complexity of these 4 shapes on the corners of the card. Like, it was like time for you, you felt like it was a time for you to understand the complexities of life, which is literally like understanding maybe the laws of the universe, understanding patterns, understanding, I'm getting the word geometry, but you know how like geometry and maths and stuff like that is in nature, is in everywhere. And I feel like it was a time for you to see that. Like you were kind of seeing how, that's it. You were seeing how things are connected. I'm sorry, I can't believe I didn't get that before when I kept talking about this friggin' circle. So yeah, experiencing cycles, but also you were starting to see how everything is connected, or how things are connected, which could have been like, this cycle keeps on happening. Why? Okay, I'm going to put this and this together, and I'm seeing how everything is now connected. Even on the Magician card, you have that infinity sign where it's connected, right? There's no beginning or end. Again, I keep talking about this thing of there's no beginning or end. Death, there's no beginning. Like when you die, you regenerate, there's a new beginning. Ace of Cups. So yeah, yeah, it was time for you. You felt like it was time for that new beginning. So let's have a look now at what would have happened if you didn't make this decision. I feel like I didn't talk too much about the decision. I don't know, we'll see. So we have home, which is also reminds me of number 4. That was actually in reverse. And I think, yeah, card number 22 as well. 2, 2, 4. 4 again. 4, which is also quite a spiritual number in terms of like spirit guides and stuff like that, trying to communicate with you. Radical acceptance. Oh my gosh, there we go. Radical acceptance, which I know is related to you not making the decision, but also whatever. Anyway, we have healing family issues, your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. If this is anything like option number 1, I feel like it's going to be very much so like, if you hadn't have made the decision, the same thing would have happened, like just maybe in a different way, you know. We have playfulness here, to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. And then we also have here stag spirit, take the lead, which reminds me of that King of Wands card that we saw. Right, so I'm going to get some tarot cards again to see what would have happened more specifically if you hadn't have made this decision. So I'm hearing like they didn't have a choice, but we'll see anyway. For Aragonite, please. What would have happened if they hadn't have made that decision, please? If Aragonite hadn't have made that decision, then what would have happened? Oh gosh. Okay, I'm not taking all of those. Empress also came out in option number 1, so you might have felt drawn to that a little bit. I made that decision. What happened to Aragonite? What would it be now? Just need, do I need any more? Let me see. Let's get 6 out. Alright, teal. What I do? Okay, so you actually have the Fool card in reverse, which is that new beginning there. Again, with that 10 of Swords, it's like, yeah, that ending would have happened anyway. It would have just been probably a lot more painful. Like, I'm seeing all those swords in him. He's lying on this floor, like, utterly defeated. And I feel like at least the way it happened for you guys, you kind of had a free will in the matter. You had a choice in the matter, in a way. You at least made... Even if you felt like you didn't, or you feel like now, like, I don't have a choice in that. But I feel like in a way you kind of did, like, even if it was just your soul saying, like, accepting that was the time now. Like, yeah, okay, now's the time. Like, we've done this too many times now. Let's just fix this. Let's just recognize these cycles. Let me just recognize these patterns now. Whatever it may be, patterns in relationships, patterns with families, patterns in maybe career choices or something like that, like, or friends or something like that as well. Again, 2 of Wands in reverse, which is like that indecision. I feel like it's just, if you hadn't have made that, if you hadn't had made the decision, if you hadn't had taken the lead, basically, it was like, okay, I'm going to say it in another way because I can't figure out how to say it in the way I was about to say it. But by making that decision, it allowed you to take the lead on where you wanted to go. It allows you to take control of your own healing, of your own lessons, of refinding home. That radical acceptance that you had, accepting where you were at, accepting defeat, basically. It was like, it was a positive thing for you in a way to make that decision then when you made it, because it allowed you to just accept what was happening to you. So if you hadn't have made it, it's like going through this really harsh period of feeling very lonely when your guides and angels are trying to communicate with you through here. Like they're in there. The church is lit. They want to give you these pentacles. They want to supply you with comfort, with warmth, with the home. And it's like, nah, you're on this road by yourself. Even though there's two people here, but it's like, ugh. Two people who are here, they're so worn out, they're so broke up that they can't even, they're not even communicating with each other, they're not even recognizing each other. That feeling of being lonely, of being out in the cold, definitely you would have experienced that, I feel like, if you hadn't made that decision. Also more confusion in your kind of emotional realms, feeling very confused, feeling like your subconscious was just kind of like acting out almost, like you didn't have, again, that control. By making the decision you did, you were able to take, you were able to take accountability, you were able to empower yourself, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Whereas when you're acting out these different patterns and stuff like that, and it just keeps happening, it's like you're almost acting from that subconscious place. Again, where it says your inner youthful spirit to shine, it's like you're acting out from that wounded child place. So what am I trying to say? So yeah, that would have just kept happening. You would have just been acting from making decisions that were out of balance, making decisions from this unconscious realm where you just don't have authority, where you don't, authority over yourself, or you feel like you don't anyway. This Empress card, I want to know more about this Empress card. Tell me about this Empress card, please, for what would have happened if they didn't make this decision. What would have happened? Okay, so we have the Empress with the Four of Wands here. I don't even know what message I'm getting from that. It's like the feeling of home, feeling of love, of Venus. There's this Venusian energy here as well. Good enough, Venus in the 4th house. It's almost like this motherly energy here. Tell me more about this Empress energy for what would have happened if Aragonite didn't make this decision. Okay, again, the Six of Wands in reverse. Yeah, I was kind of sensing this almost feeling of like, you know, those kind of, and I'm not, let me just say this to her clear. Not bashing, I'm not stigma, I'm trying, okay. Let me just think about this. The stigma of like a stay-at-home mother or wife or something like that, where they just have no authority over the home in a way, which they actually do. But if we think about the stigma of it, the stigmatization of that, then it's almost that feeling of you're just something beautiful to look at. Like this Empress on their throne, like, oh yeah, they're so beautiful, they're married, they got a nice home, but actually they have no authority, there's like no leadership there. Again, where I was talking about that King of Wands who made the decision for his community, for his family, for his everyone around him, not even just himself. It was like with the Six of Wands card, it kind of talks to the same thing, like leading a group of people into success. So it's like you would have lost this almost charisma about you, this ability to lead others, because there is, I don't know whether it's just like part of your plan or it's just an innate ability within you, but you have an ability to lead others. And I feel like if you hadn't have made that decision, it would have taken you a long time to get back to that. I think you would have still found like success and celebration in love. Well, I don't know, but that's in reverse. Sorry guys, this is confusing me just a little bit. Let me just take one more clarifier for that Empress energy here, please. Aragonite, what would have happened? Let's just clarify that Empress energy. Six of Wands reversed again. Oh my gosh. Okay, so again, not a lot of success. So Strength card. Strength card. Okay, so it would have just taken you a really long time, a lot of hard work, a lot of inner strength, a lot of baggage as well to get to that point of having kind of like this stability, whether that is stable home, stability within yourself, and also kind of like that self-love as well. It would have just taken you a longer to get there, like yeah, hard work basically. I just feel like reading this one goddess card, which is home, and then we'll pull a advice card. So it was in reverse, so I'll read the alignment message. Are you surrounded by clutter in your home or work? Do you have objects or clothes that have negative stories attached to them? Every object holds energy and tells a specific story. The pants that don't fit shame you. The gift from an ex-partner taunts you with disappointment or the books you will never read shout at you. Who needs this cacophony? The goddess Hestia, who rules the hearth, offers you this alignment task. Do a thorough house cleaning, declutter and make space in your environment. Do the same for your mind too. Your mind might be cluttered with old stories that have no value for you now. Walking away from situations you know you didn't belong in. Get rid of it all. When you remove the superfluous distractions, it's amazing how intentions come together like magic. Make space for the miracles of Goddess Hestia has in store for you. Yes, it takes work, but it's worth it. That part where it says, yes, it takes work. I feel like it just, again, like with option number one, everything would have happened, but it would have just felt like more effort because you weren't accepting what was happening in your life right now. I just need to change the battery real quick and I'll be back. Oh. I just realised why that song came to me at the beginning of this reading. Because I'm pretty sure it goes, I'm covering my hair. No, I'm covering something like a kid. When your words do nothing, I go la la la. But it's like kind of like he's ignoring a message. He's ignoring something. I think it's about, it's not. But anyway, what I was thinking was, because like it kind of relates to how you guys, if you didn't make this decision, it was almost like you were ignoring that inner voice. You were ignoring those guidance from the spiritual realm in a way, because you were refusing to make those decisions for yourself. Anyway, let's get some advice on the decision that you did make. Let's get some, because you know, like I said in option number one, I don't want to make you feel like you made the wrong decision. I feel like for you guys it was pretty positive, like you made the right decision for yourselves. But anyway, advice nonetheless. Can we get some advice for option number two, please, on the decision that they made? Can we get some advice on the decision that they did make, please? Where's the decision they made, please? Okay, let's just do that again. Where's the decision Aragonite made, please? Where's the decision Aragonite made, please? Let's get one more. Okay. Don't know how well these are gonna resonate, but here we go. So we have dwell on what you love, Asking someone to change is like pruning a tree. Neither will ever be the same again. Scarier still is that you can't quite know in what new directions they'll grow. I wouldn't change a leaf on you. We have that you have options is meaningful. Rock on. If I could make just 2 wishes, I'd wish I'd somehow convey to you the profound depths of my gratitude for every moment of your life. I'd also wish that you could somehow know of your unimaginable importance, just as you now are to the lives of so very many. And of course I'd wish for even more wishes. Oh shoot. Okay. If they once loved you, they still do. Thanks for every single time you ever fell in love, whether or not it was obvious, whether or not it lasted, whether or not you were loved back. It changed everything. Actually, you're always loved back. You change the universe. So yeah, this one and the last one, I feel like it's just saying like, don't regret the decision that you made, which was basically for the first part as well. But I mean, like, don't regret the decision you made in the past. Now you've grown, now you've seen those patterns, now you've seen those cycles that you went through. It's like, yeah, you know, you were a little bit airy-fairy, you were a little bit not listening to us or whatever, but it's like actually every single experience that you had, it made you the person that you are today, and it helped you change into this person, or helped you have this overall experience. And yeah, it helped you also recognize your own inner strength, your own inner power, and your own alchemization abilities. So good on you. And then also that you have options is meaningful. Yeah, like you were presented with the option. Either you had like, at the end of the day, we all have our own free will, and you used yours to make that decision to change, to make the decision to do things differently and have a new beginning. So that is meaningful. That is a great thing that you did. And it's like you're perfect every step of the way. Whether you were healed, unhealed, in between healing and then not healing. Like, you're just amazing every step of the way. So to your spirit guides in that, like they never look at you and be like, ugh, why did you do that? But they're just here to support you. And then also dwell on what you love. Yeah, I feel like it's just saying like you can't change others. You can't, again, change your past situations either. So it's like, just think about, and you can't even take back this decision that you made. So just think about what is great about this decision. Focus on what positivities this decision has brought you. So yeah guys, that is everything that I have for you. If you enjoyed this reading, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below how it resonated with you. If you're new here and would like to see more from me, I post mostly spiritual and lifestyle content, and you can subscribe down below. I'm also open for personal readings if you're interested. There will be a link in the description, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye. Hi, option number 3, those of you who chose the Geode here, welcome to your reading. So I have started off by pulling some tarot cards for you, starting off with the first row here. These are going to basically be about the decision that you made, just so we can get a bit of an idea about that decision, and then also how it would have shifted or changed, which with learning it probably wouldn't have, but bear with me here anyway. Had you not made the decision, anything else? No. Okay. And then also the second row was, sorry, I'm feeling very spacey right now. Second row is how you felt whilst making the decision, / what kind of emotions were surrounding the decision, etc, etc. So let's begin. First of all, Strength card, Knight of... Do you know what? All of these cards, I've seen them all today, and we've only had 3 piles, so very, very similar energies coming through here. Obviously, you guys are in my kind of collective energy, so I guess we're all kind of feeling similar-ish energies, or we've made similar-ish decisions about things. But yeah, let me see. I feel like for a lot of you guys, this decision would have entailed you breaking away from something, maybe something that offered stability, whether that is a marriage, a home, a career, something like that. Because the 4 of Wands is in reverse, which is like that stability, and then also the 5 of Pentacles is upright. So either like feeling like there's financial poverty, feeling like you're left out in the cold, or like there's not enough. Also lacking communication as well, like maybe you had to break communication with family or something like that as well during this decision. You could be a mother, or yeah, could be a mother. Some of you guys, maybe you had to go away. Oh, I've just noticed these people look the same. I mean, I know they're not that creative on the people in these decks, but they actually do look the same. Maybe this was even about you changing environments, like going to live in more of a rural area or somewhere that's more around nature, which maybe caused you to be isolated from the people that were around you, like family or friends. Maybe they all live in the city and they're like, why would you go and live there? But it was a decision that took a lot of heart, and it took a lot of like strength, a lot of inner strength. You had to almost like quiet your mind to everyone else's anxieties about what decision we're making, or their own opinions. Like again, like imagine this scenario of I'm going to live in a cottage in the rural area. What is wrong with me today? Imagine like I'm gonna go live in the middle of nowhere surrounded by nature because that's what resonates with me, and then everyone else is like, what are you doing? Why would you do that? Like, you're gonna be so lonely, no one's gonna come and visit you. Like, you know how they just try and throw things in your face and try and make you feel smaller and try and make you like doubt your decision just because of their own projection of fears. Basically, that's what this feels like you had to basically just be like, shh, just don't talk, let me make my decision, and if it's wrong then it's wrong, if it's right, this is what feels good to me. Basically, that's what it feels like you made this decision for you. I keep wanting to do this, like it feels like a proper like boss move, like you were like, I'm out of here. Right, how did you feel? So we do have a lot of like collaborative energy here with the Three of Pentacles and the Three of Cups. So again, maybe you felt like you had to get people on your side in some way. You had to kind of convince them that, again, this is like your dream. This is your passion to do this. It could be like maybe pursuing something that is more creative based, or out of that. Yeah, again, offers less stability. So I want to be an artist. I want to be a content creator. I want to do this. I want to do that. So it was a bit like a decision that maybe your parents or someone would worry about you, and you kind of had to like assure them that, yeah, like communicate to them with your knowledge, use the knowledge that you had about your own skills and also your ability to do this. Like you came to them with the facts, like, no, I've got this, like I'm gonna do this, this and this, and this is how I'm gonna grow this is how I'm gonna build this is how I'm gonna do this, whatever. I feel like you have to show them that. Again, the Magician card is here. It is in reverse, but it's like you had to show them that you have this, even though maybe you had some inner doubts that you actually did have this. Maybe you kind of doubted yourself, like, do I actually know what I'm doing? Do I have everything I need to get this done in the right way possible? Do I have everything I need to make this dream come true, to build this, whatever it may be? So yeah, okay, I'm going to move on to look at what would have happened if you didn't make this decision, and we will pull some more tarot cards in a bit. So let's take a look at these. Okay, so we have potential here, we have wisdom, which I definitely see with that Knight of Swords energy here. Sorry, it's not focusing, is it? There we go, wisdom. We have a divine timing is at work in your love life, worth waiting for. This doesn't have to relate to love, by the way. Let go of control issues, allow this situation to unfold naturally. And then also Koala Spirit. Spirit has a plan. Which which kind of relates to divine timing as well, actually. Okay, let's see what we got. What would have happened if those choosing Geode hadn't made this decision? Where would they be now if they hadn't had made this decision? Happened if those choosing Geode. Right, I'm gonna take that one. I'm gonna take that one. I'm gonna take that one, actually. You also had the Magician and the Hermit come out. Oh, sorry, hold on. But I'm not gonna take them right now because we ain't got space for that. Right. So I feel like, honestly, the thing with, I'm gonna say again, but it's like, even when you don't make a decision, it's like things are always going to work out in the way that they should work out. So you probably always would have come to this decision anyway, just because it's like, feels like it's something that was in your divine plan to come to this decision. So we're just kind of like going to flip it a bit and be like, in a way, there would have been longer delays in terms of making this dream a reality with the Star card in reverse. I feel like you would have felt a lot more unsatisfaction, and also it would have just taken longer to build any kind of success you've had. Especially if you have made this idea or plan that you have into like something that's really like financially prominent, financially, what does the word I'm trying, abundant. Ooh, financially abundant. Also, that Queen of Wands is in reverse, which is giving me that, or the Queen of Wands upright is very much that boss energy. Like she knows what she's doing. She's got the charisma to persuade you that this is the right decision to make. She's making moves on the sly, even though she looks very much so like she's not doing anything. Like she's just sitting pretty. So I feel like for you guys, you would have, yeah, you would not really have come into that energy of like being able to get shit done, basically. And the potential here with this goddess, it's like it would have, especially with it being a number 9, it's like it would have just sat there. The potential within you to create. I keep getting create, so maybe it was about you creating something, but that potential then you would have just like kind of sat there and it wouldn't have had anywhere to go. You almost like, you can see her slowly turning blue, which is funny. It reminded me of, what's that show now? Charlie in the Chocolate Factory, where she eats that thing and she turns blue against everyone else's will. She was a bit stubborn, wasn't she, as well? You guys might be a little bit stubborn, but it's like that potential would have just sat within you and it wouldn't have been able to have anywhere to go. Also, that level of wisdom, which I get from that King of Swords energy here, there is something, you are very wise, like you know what you're doing. You don't just go and do things willy-nilly. Like you're not just going to go buy a house in the middle of nowhere without building a fence around it, without making sure that I can pay my mortgage, without making sure that I'm going to add a few, what's it called, minutes to my phone so that I can call my family a bit longer, like stuff like that. So that ability to build that knowledge and turn it into true wisdom is something that you were able to do by making this decision. So all of these cards here kind of talk about the same thing. Allow the situation to unfold naturally, and divine timing, which whenever divine timing is at work here, we always want to rush it. We always want to like, yeah, we get that impatient feeling, and we have it here with the Hangman as well. Yeah, again, I feel like it's just relating to that. If you hadn't made this decision for yourself, it's like you would have just kind of sat there. You would have just thought, okay, do you know what? It will work out in the end. Like things will just move on their own almost. Like there would have been a lot of stagnancy here, a lot of slow movement with the Knight of Pentacles here. Like the Hangman is sitting there waiting to get that bright spark, waiting to get that knowledge, to see things from a different perspective. But the way you went about it, like, you just kind of knew within you, and you just went and chased that thing that you felt within you. So yeah, what am I trying to say? And by doing so, you also were trusting in spirit in a way. Even though you trusted in yourself to get this done, but you also were trusting that everything was going to fall into place, and you were allowing that journey to happen, which is really cool. I feel like I'm just not getting any. Where's the messages, guys? Where's the messages, guys? Come through. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Give me messages. Ace of Wands again. So that creative idea. Let me know what idea you had in the comments below, because I'll be very intrigued to know. If you want to share it, of course. But I feel like you just had this really good idea that came to you. And you were like, yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to make this work. And you do have the Six of Wands here, which talks about that success. I just feel like it would have just taken you, if you hadn't have made that decision when you did, it would have just taken you longer to get there. Especially because divine timing is working here. It's going to take a while to get that ball moving. Making sure that it's properly stable and that you're learning the lessons that you need to learn, that you're growing this wisdom. So it was good that you got the ball started. It's good that you got the ball rolling when you did. There's Two of Cups at the bottom here. Whatever that means. Let's see. I'd rather stuff out in reverse, please. Seven of Cups. Yeah, that indecision energy, you would have just kind of sat and debated too many options, like almost having too much to consider, rather than focusing on this one plan, this one dream, this one idea, which is going to become very fruitful, or is very fruitful, has the potential to become very fruitful, I should say. The Lovers. Yeah, maybe you would have got distracted by situations, by other people, even love connections or something like that. Like, it would have just put this whole thing on pause. Again, talking about the scenario where I want to go and live in nature, and maybe I won't meet people for, like, I don't know how long. But it's like, okay, if I had not done it then, and then I had met someone and they didn't want to go live in nature, they had a big job in the city, then I'm going to be stuck in the city too, and I'm not going to be able to go and get this plan, go and get this dream. So it was like, by you making that decision, it was allowed you to ignore all the distractions and yeah, really get the ball rolling, get it moving, girl, get it moving. I hate this. I feel like it always comes to the end of the reading and it's always shorter than the rest. So I'm trying to, like, drag out information. What is wrong with me? Let's look at this Queen of Wands. Put the Queen of Wands in reverse, please. Six of Swords. Yeah, definitely going back and forwards. Back and forth to things that are not serving you anymore. Returning to situations, or even people that are not serving you because you're stuck in this environment that you don't really want to be in. And then one thing I do want to do actually is read this one. I want to read Spirit Has a Plan. In nature, the koalas move slowly through the branches of the eucalyptus tree, leisurely chewing the leaves, reminding us that life is not a race or competition. Chasing around after every distraction can keep us from recognizing that we have all we need and that Spirit will always be there with gifts to sustain us. You are being asked to trust that by moving slowly with faith in the abundance that is everywhere, surrendering to a power greater than yourself, you will be able to experience the manifestation of your desire. As you take your time enjoying the riches available to you right now, sitting peacefully, you begin to radiate the joy and abundance you seek. Spirit is here to help you discover happiness, pleasure, and commitment, all gifts that are yours now and in the future. Have faith and trust in Spirit's plan for you, and know that you are loved and cherished. Even the protection message: are you feeling uneasy and mistrustful of the world? Have you been hiding in a safe space, afraid to venture out because you're convinced that life and other people will disappoint you? So yeah, not being afraid, like you almost, by making this decision, you were able to trust in a divine plan, basically, divine timing. And also the idea of not getting distracted by others. I feel like you would have got distracted by too many options. Maybe you wanted to move abroad and a job offer came in where you were at now, and you're like, oh, but I really wanted to move, but now I've got this job offer and yada yada yada. It's like, by making the decision when you did, it allowed all those distractions to go, and you could just focus on what you were meant to focus on. So I'm gonna get some advice for you for the decision that you actually made, because like I said, even though yours is quite positive as well, it's like, I don't want you to feel like you've made the wrong decision, because there are no wrong decisions. This is just kind of like a fun reading. So let me get those cards and get back to you. Okay, so for those who chose Geode, please can you give us some, and you give them, sorry, and us, whatever, some clear guidance, and advice on the decisions they did make. Some clear guidance, advice on the decisions they did make, please. Okay. Guidance. Okay. Ooh, these two cards look so similar as well. That you have options is meaningful. Rock on. If I could make just 2 wishes, I'd wish I could somehow convey to you the profound depths of my gratitude for every moment of your life. I'd also wish you could somehow know of your unimaginable importance, just as you now are to the lives of so very many. And of course, I'd wish for even more wishes. Oh shoot. And then it says, you were such a good idea, the universe. Which idea coming through there again? You are adored. Don't be fooled by the players, and don't be fooled by yourself. There's no one more lovable nor There's no one more lovable nor loved than you, and I know everyone. Precious, the universe. Sometimes the good is hidden. Find the good in what they said or asked. It's always there, even if they didn't mean it for it to be there. Sherlockly yours, the universe. P.S. Clues for what you want are hidden all around you. This card here, I feel like it relates to like those negative Nancys, I want to call them, which is funny because Nancy Drew and Sherlock Holmes. Anyway, really, I'm sick of myself. Right, those like negative people who were around you, maybe when you were making this decision, those doubters, people who wanted to like kind of fit you back into that little box that you were in. Yeah, it's saying like, don't be begrudged by them, don't have hatred towards them, because they were probably doing it out of love, especially if it's family members or friends, like just out of fears, their own fears, and not even realizing that they're projecting them onto you. They just want to make sure that you were being wise and thinking things through, and obviously we saw that you were, but it's still like that idea of like, to your parents you're always going to be a child or their little baby or whatever it may be, and people just want to protect you. So it's kind of like a positive message there, like just look for the good in what they're saying, especially if you're still making this decision. Maybe some of you are still making this decision. You are adored. What's there on that? Oh no, let me see again. Yeah, again, not doubting your potential, not doubting the decision that you're, I keep wanting to say about to make, so maybe some of you guys haven't even made that decision yet, and you're just kind of looking like, what would happen if I didn't make this decision? Am I making the right decision? Right, so you're loved either way. You're going to be adored either way. Like, even if you are, it's about you leaving home, leaving your family or friends or whatever it may be. It's like they're still going to love you, they're still going to adore you. And yeah, everyone, even the people you meet when you get there. I keep talking about travel, so this could definitely be about travel for some of you guys, but even if it's like a new job, when you go to that new job and you see those new people, like, they're going to adore you too. So don't be afraid of that experience. And also, don't what am I trying to say? Don't doubt your decision again with this card, which is that you have options is meaningful. And also that you have options is meaningful. Like, you could do this, you could do that, and that is a really great position to be in, because you can decide between things. Like, you have the willpower to go with something that might scare you, and you also have the willpower and the free will to decide on something that is a little bit safer. So the fact that you are choosing between things, don't allow that to stress you out or overwhelm you. Like, why can't I just make a decision? It's fine, it's fine. Like, the fact that we as humans have options or have the ability to make decisions for ourselves is really a powerful thing, an empowering thing. So we should just lean into that. We should learn to love that part of ourselves and make the decision that we're going to make, because it will never go wrong. Like, you're always going to be supported, you're always going to be guided back onto what is meant for you, or that will provide you with the most joy and happiness. And there's lessons in everything anyway. So yeah guys, that is everything that I have for you. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and comment down below how it resonated with you. If you are new here and want to see more from me, I post mostly spiritual and lifestyle content, and you can subscribe down below. If you're also interested in getting a personal tarot reading from me, there will be a link in the description box. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!